right, good evening, everyone. It's 6:30. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call.
Jason Vicarello, First Ward Council, present.
Colin O'Connell, First Ward Council, present.
Misty Fuller, Second Ward Council, present.
Maria Mann, Second Ward Council, present.
Michael Hockenberry, Councilman at Large, present.
Dominic Sigalese, Mayor, present.
Jeffrey Rhodes, Third Ward Council, present.
Gerald Oney, Third Ward Councilman, present.
Jacqueline Dennison, Fourth Ward Council, present.
Stan Siegel, Fourth Ward Councilman, present.
William Warden, Chief of Police, present.
William Frank, Corporation Council, present.
Okay, thank you, everyone. We have no public hearings today. We have no presentations. Public comment, 5-minute limit per person. Do we have anyone signed up? No one signed up tonight? All right, I'm gonna try to go for the record, Stan. Motion to adjourn? Just kidding. All right, we do have one topic onto executive session tonight. It is personnel, and it is police department personnel, and I'd like to invite Chief Warden into executive session. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Rhodes, second by Councilman Vicarello. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Yours almost be sore.
No, it's getting better. It's sore, but it's getting better.
You wait for us. same crowd, we didn't gain any, we didn't lose any. And they didn't shut that off, that was a mistake.
Oh, yes.
Okay, it's 6:56. We'll call this meeting back to order. Entertain a motion to exit executive session and back in a regular session.
So moved. Second.
Councilman Large Hockenberry, second by Councilman Rhodes. Approval of the Common Council meeting minutes for April 28, 2025.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Rhodes, second by Councilman Siegel, and one abstention, Councilman at Large Hockenberry. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? So moved. Okay, under executive session material, I'll entertain a motion. I'm gonna do a roll call vote for this. This is the hire, provisional hire for the Port Jervis Police Department, candidate number 1. The provisional hire date will be of 5/28/2025. Councilman Bicarella.
So you need the motion first, right?
Yes,
So moved.
do I have a second? Second by Councilwoman Maria Mitt.
Subject to all standard background checks.
Yeah, this will be subject to all standard background checks. Roll call vote, Councilman Bicarella.
I'm gonna abstain.
One abstention. Councilman O'Connell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Fuller, excuse me.
Yes.
Councilwoman Mann.
Yes.
Councilman at Large Hockenberry.
I'll abstain.
Councilman Rhodes.
Yes.
Councilman Oni.
Yes.
Councilwoman Dennison.
Abstain.
Councilman Siegel.
Abstain.
All right.
Motion carries.
Motion carries 5-4. Okay, moving on to regular business. Code Committee, Councilman Vicarello.
Code Committee met on May the 8th here in the council chambers. Items discussed were section 457, the fine schedules under garbage. There was a lengthy discussion about section 430, soliciting and peddling here in the city. We are looking for public input on that. Both the soliciting license, which we charge an awful lot more than other municipalities, and peddling, such as far as food trucks, food products. As of right now, the current code is any food truck or ice cream truck or anything can only set up at Park Avenue, Riverside Park, and West End Beach. There's been some inquiries from other companies who would like to set up, and so we are taking a look at that. We'll re-examine that again at the next code meeting. Discussion about section 535 of the rezoning of the Tri-State Overlay District. At this point in time, I would like to make a motion to set a public hearing. We were hoping to have it tonight, but we just couldn't get everything done in time. How much time? Main time. We're on the 12th, the next meeting is the 26th,
27.
27.
27.
27th.
Yeah, we can get a notice by then.
Okay.
We can open the public hearing and keep it open.
Okay.
Everyone's been provided with a copy of the law.
I'll make a motion to set the public hearing for May 27th here in the council chambers
Second.
Yeah, the rec center.
at the rec center because it's Memorial Day.
6:30 p.m.
at 6:30 PM.
Okay, entertain a motion. We have a second.
Second.
Second by Councilman O'Connell. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
I would just ask, council, when they have the opportunity to have a look at the law that was sent last week, and if anybody has any, proposed changes, comments, questions, either give me a call or shoot me an email, please.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the April Building Department report.
Motion.
Second.
Second by Councilman at Large Hockenberry. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
A motion to accept the April Fire Inspector's report.
Second.
Second by Councilman O'Connell. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
And the next code committee meeting will be June 4th here in the council chambers at 6:30. And that's all I have under code.
All right, thank you, sir. Police.
Okay, under the police department. We have not met since last common council meeting. I would like to, I think I speak for the whole council here. I'd like to commend the Port Jervis Police Department on their quick response and arrest of 2 defendants involved in a shooting here in the city on May 6th. They had 2 defendants in custody over in Warwick within hours. We'd also like to reach out a thank you to the Orange County District Attorney's Office, the Town of Deer Park Police Department, the Orange County Drug Task Force, Town of Warwick Police Department, and the Orange County Sheriff's Department for their assistance. Everybody worked together to make that happen real fast. In such a horrible situation. I'd like to make a motion to accept the police report for the month of April.
Second.
Second by Councilman O'Connell. Any discussion on our police report? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
I have a letter from the police chief in recognition of Police Week, which is recognized this week every year. I'll read the letter. We'd like to invite you to participate in our annual Police Officer Memorial Day observance ceremony, scheduled for Thursday, May 15th at 2:45 p.m. at St. Mary's Cemetery. Pay homage to Officer John McKechnie and the over 24,400 law enforcement officers killed in the line of duty, whose names are enshrined on the National Memorial Wall located in Washington, D.C. In 1962, President John F. Kennedy signed the proclamation designating May 15th as Peace Officers Memorial Day, and the week in which that date falls is Police Week, to honor those that have paid the ultimate sacrifice and pay homage to their loved ones. In honor of our deceased members of service, the PJPD and PBA will be conducting a brief memorial service at the grave of Port Jervis Police Officer John McKechnie, with a prayer service led by Chaplain Jose Rodriguez from the Goodwill Church. During the ceremony, officers will lay a bouquet at Officer McKechnie's grave and replace flags at the graves of deceased retired Port Jervis Police Department members of service interned in St. Mary's Cemetery after the main service. In addition, after the conclusion of the ceremony at St. Mary's Cemetery, a detail of officers will later visit the graves of deceased retired members at cemeteries located in Sparrowbush and Cutterbackville to replace flags at our deceased members' graves to honor our dedicated public servants who proudly protected and served our city, state, and nation with distinction and honor. I'd just like to add that back when I did the Police Unity Tour and went to Washington at the National Honor as part of the Honor Guard, back then we had a big push to try and get the law enforcement or number of killed in service per year under 100, and that is going the wrong direction. And in 2024, there was 147 members of law enforcement that were killed in the line of duty, and that's way too high. So please keep your police officers in your thoughts. And the next Police Committee meeting was scheduled for Thursday. It's being canceled in lieu of a drone demonstration in coordination with the fire department. Unfortunately, Mother Nature is not cooperating right now. So as soon as the river clears up a little bit, we could see more than 6 inches, we're gonna set up that demonstration. I'd also like to give a shout out to all the young kids who are becoming adults, their parents, and that are all graduating college within the next couple weeks. To those kids who stuck it out and stayed with it, the City of Port Jervis is proud of you, and we're proud of your families for getting through it. And that's all I had, Mayor.
Could you repeat the date and time for the memorial?
For the memorial is
It's the 45, St. Mary's Cemetery.
Yeah.
Thursday the 15th.
Thursday the 15th at 2:45, and it'll be right at John McKechnie's grave.
Thank you.
All right, planning and zoning, Councilman O'Connell.
Zoning has not met, this month, due to nothing being on the agenda. I'll announce the next meeting at the next council meeting. Planning has not met either. They'll meet on May 20th at 7 PM in the council chambers. So, recreation. The youth center recreation room hours are Monday through Thursday, 2 PM through 6 PM, Friday, 2 PM to 5:30 PM. The second Jim Fagione Jr. Midnight Madness Endurance Relay will be held on May 31st through June 1st in the Elks Bronx Park. The 12-hour overnight race can be completed by individuals or teams, 2 or 3 or 4. The event helps raise awareness, money for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Come camp out for the night, listen to music, watch movies, enjoy the beauty of the watershed property. For more information and to register, check out pjmidnightmadness.com. The 2025 summer recreation brochure is now available at the youth center, or you can view it on the city's website at portjervisnewyork.gov. The next recreation commission meeting is scheduled for this Wednesday, June 11th at 6:15 in the youth center. That's it, Mayor. Thank you.
June 11th, we're still in May.
Yep. June 11th.
Okay, so it's not this Wednesday.
Fast forward. All right, finance, Councilwoman Fuller.
Thank you, Mayor. We do have bills to be paid, from the general fund, $199,738.69. From the water fund, $8,317.54. From the sewer fund, $7,082.68. From the capital fund, $143,894.96. From trust and agency, $250. And from tourism, $5,000, leaving us with a total of $364,283.87. Some larger items to note from the general water and sewer funds: Orange County Sanitary Landfill for $26,895.63, Magna 5 for $9,796, Main Pool and Supply for $5,457.10, Amcar Wholesale for $6,911.46. And from the capital fund, we had Electrical Underwriters of New York for $175, John Coda and Sons for $199.38, and Robert Hoover and Sons for the 2026 Freightliner, $143,520.58. I would like to make a motion to pay the bills.
Second.
Second by Councilman Rhodes. Any discussion on the bills? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
And I have one resolution this evening, a resolution of the Common Council authorizing execution of the New York State EFC Project Finance Agreement for CWSRF Short-Term Interest-Free Funding of CWSRF Project Number C3-5396-03-00, adopted May 12th, 2025. Whereas the New York State Environmental Facilities Corporation has notified the City of Port Jervis that the city's water system rehabilitation project for that total project cost of $20 million has been approved by the New York State EFC for funding, and that the New York State EFC funding package includes EFC grant funding that totals $9,925,500 and the interest-free EFC loan for up to $10,070,350. And whereas under the terms of the EFC project finance agreement dated May 29th, 2025, the city clerk treasurer shall sign a short-term interest-free bond anticipation note known as an EFC Clean Water Facility Note 2025 dated May 29th, 2025, and the maximum principal amount of $10,070,350 with a maturity date of May 29th, 2030. And whereas the city of Port Jervis shall make requisitions for payment of cost incurred to construct and to implement the CWSRF project, and each EFC disbursement and each principal payment made shall be recorded by the EFC on the grid chart which is attached to the bond anticipation note. And whereas the city will be required to make at least one interest-free principal payment on the ban on the date that is 2 years from the date the city first draws funds from the ban, and this principal payment shall be equal to 2% of the amount of funds that have been drawn from the ban, and thereafter the city will be required to make yearly interest-free principal payments on the ban that shall be equal to 2% of the total amount of the funds that have been drawn from the ban minus previously made principal payments. And whereas on or before the maturity date of the short-term ban and upon 60 days notice from the EFC, the New York State EFC shall arrange for the conversation of the ban into long-term conversion. There we go. Ban into long-term financing with a repayment schedule of up to 40 years and at 0% interest. However, the New York State EFC reserves the right to change the terms of the repayment if the city's financial status changes. And now, therefore it be resolved that the Common Council hereby authorizes and directs the mayor or councilman at large or their designee to execute the New York State EFC project finance agreement and any associated closing documents on behalf of the city of Port Jervis. And be it further resolved that the Common Council hereby authorizes and directs the clerk treasurer to execute the EFC Clean Water Facility Note 2025 dated May 29th, 2025, to execute the closing certificate dated May 29th, 2025, and to prepare, submit, and execute any other city financial information and documents that may be required of the city clerk and city's chief financial officer in order to close and effectuate the New York State EFC project finance agreement. I make that a motion. Here's a copy.
Second by Councilman at Large Hockenberry.
Could you read that again? I didn't.
Any discussion on the 10,000 words that were just part of that?
Yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
And our next finance meeting will be May 21st, Wednesday at 6 p.m. here in the council chambers. And that's all I have here.
All right. Tourism and IDA.
Thank you, Mayor. Tourism has not met since their last meeting. Fabulous 50s will be held on June 1st from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. at Riverside Park. The Cameos Oldies Band will be returning along with Patrick Perrone, Elvis Tribute, and the Blue Suede Rockers. There will also be a classic car and truck show with trophies awarded along with a variety of vendors. This event is at no cost to the public, no parking or admission fees. Bring a lawn chair. Applications are now available online or at the city clerk's office for the 5th annual, you ready? Bella Nota Italiana
Waiting
Festival,
all year.
which will be held on Saturday, August 9th from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Orange Square Park. The application deadline is July 9th. Applications are available on the city website or at the city clerk's office.
We get to hear that for a couple more months. Thing of beauty.
Sal the Voice Valentinetti will be returning, along, also a newly added performance by Vittorio De Carlo, the graceful tenor. The next tourism meeting will be held this Wednesday, May 14th at 7 p.m. here in the council chambers. The IG has not met since their last meeting. They were scheduled to meet, what was it, the 14th, and due to a family matter from one of their members, it has been changed to Wednesday, May 21st at 7 p.m. here in the council chambers. And that's all that I have. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Fire and Emergency Management, Councilman Rose.
Thank you, Mayor. Some correspondence from the fire department, an interdepartment transfer for Dean A. Almec from Tri-State Hose Company number 6 to Mahagamah Cook and Ladder. I make that a motion.
Second.
Second by Councilman Siegel. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries.
Next is events for Mahagamah Cook and Ladder, a parade in Warwick on 6/14/25, and also Sullivan County Parade in Monticello on 9/6/25. I make that a motion.
Second.
Second by Councilman Siegel. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Next is nomination for active membership into Excelsior Engine Company number 5, Riley Norman. I make that a motion.
Second.
Second by Councilman Vicarello. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries.
Another active membership into Excelsior number 5, Philip J. Burrows. I make that a motion.
Second.
All right. Second by Councilman Vicarello.
Thank you, Sid.
Got a thing going on here? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
And emergency management was supposed to be on the 19th. The fire chief's going to be away, and we tried to pick another date. That didn't work out. This week, nothing really worked out for this week. So for this month, we're going to cancel emergency management and postpone it until the following month.
Sounds good. EDA, Councilman Oni.
Nothing, Mayor. The meeting was canceled and will be rescheduled.
CDA, Councilwoman Dennison.
Thank you, Mayor. The Port Jervis CDA last met on 4/23/25 in the council chambers. Our next meeting will be held on Wednesday, May 28th at 7 p.m. The location is currently to be announced and will be listed on the calendar. And that's all I have, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Housing Veterans, PJ TV 23, Councilman Siegel.
Thank you, Mayor. Since it's not gonna be such a short meeting,
The next
Housing.
The next start in 11 minutes.
Yeah, it is.
the last meeting of the Housing Authority was canceled. The next meeting of this month is May the 20th at Hillside Terrace at 7 p.m. While we're on that, I'd like to express my condolences to the family of Shirley Decker, a longtime resident there. May she rest in peace. Citizens Club of Port Jervis meets on the second and fourth Wednesdays of each month. The doors open at 12 o'clock. The meeting starts at 1 o'clock. And the meeting place is Hanson Hall behind the Goodwill Church in West End. New members are welcome, and they're accepting new members at this time. And as always, there are refreshments at the end of every meeting. Veterans Information Department of Veterans Affairs announced that over 3 million veterans, service members, and spouses who receive life insurance from VA programs will receive a discount on premiums beginning this spring. That applies to those insured under VGLI, SGLI, and FSGLI, and those who enroll in these programs in the future. Those eligible for this update will automatically receive discounted rates without any action upon their part. If you have any questions about VA programs or benefits, please contact your nearest DA service office, by visiting benefitsquestions.org. PJ TV, we're continuing to put up our archival videos on pjtv.org. Last time I said something else, it's .org. pjtv23.org, and the PJTV23 YouTube channel, as well as on Facebook at Access23 and PJTV23 videos. If you're interested in becoming involved in TV programming, you're welcome to come to our monthly meetings on the third Thursday at 5 p.m. right here in the council room. If I could just take a moment, wasn't at the last code meeting, and I just want to indicate why the 3 locations for food trucks was decided upon. And the reason is that a lot of our brick and mortar locations in town were concerned about the fact that they have to pay taxes, they have to pay for water, they have to pay for sewage, and they have to pay for advertising costs, and it didn't seem fair to them to have to do all that and let somebody come in and not have to pay any bills. So that was the reason we selected 3 locations, to try to help protect them. So it's probably more important now than it was then.
That was discussed during the meeting. Unfortunately, like you said, you missed it, but the committee did discuss that and did come up in discussion about the
Okay.
brick and mortars.
And I appreciate that, but I felt that I really needed to bring that out there and let you know why we did what we did when we did it. Also, I'd like to take a moment to thank the Port Jervis School District for the heartfelt tribute to Dan Omick during the middle school concert, play. It brought tears to a lot of people's eyes. Dan Omick did a great deal for every one of those plays. I know that he left meetings so he could go to performance practices. So thank you very much for what you did for him. It was a beautiful tribute. And the quote of the day from my favorite
Just one? I was on the edge of my seat over here.
philosopher, Charlie Brown. Sort of stuck on Charlie Brown here.
No.
If you want to be happy, do not dwell in the past. Do not worry about the future. Focus on living fully in the present.
Very good.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you. DPW Councilman at Large Hockenberry.
Thank you, Mayor. Garbage recycling and paper pickup for the weeks of May 12th and the 19th will be on its normal schedule. 2025 garbage schedule is available at the city's website at www.portjervisny.gov or by emailing the DPW office at dpwclerk@portjervisny.gov. Instructions on how to receive Nixles notifications were sent out with your last water billing. Sign up to receive those notifications. If you do need assistance, feel free to contact the DPW office. Our secretaries there, Carol and Becca, would be happy to help you.
Keep them busy.
Construction on the splash pad at Church Street Park is ongoing. If you ride by, you'll see they're up there almost daily working on that, as well as the bathhouse construction. The West End Beach bathhouse is also being constructed. Hopefully that's done before the season starts, but they're there daily doing that also. The compost pile is now open Saturdays, 7:15 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Dump tickets are available for household bulk waste at the clerk's office downstairs. And bag leaves and tied brush will be picked up every Monday. There will be no loose leaf pickup. All leaves must be in biodegradable bags. I also would like to make a motion to hire Brendan Henn as a part-time DPW worker. He was in the past at a rate of $17 an hour with a start date of May 19th,
Second.
2025.
Second by Councilman O'Connell. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
And that is all I have. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. I'd like to start off this meeting, then start my report with on May 26th, which is Memorial Day for this month. We're going to be moving the meeting to May 27th, and because May 27th is Tax Grievance Day, which will be held here throughout the day, we are going to move our meeting to the second floor of the Rec Center on Pike Street.
Can you make that a motion, please?
Make that a motion.
Councilman Rhodes,
Second.
second by Councilman at Large Hockenberry. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. This time I'd like to accept the resignation of Stanley Busick III from the Rec Commission. I'll entertain a motion to accept his resignation.
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Rhodes, second.
Second.
Second by Councilman Riccarello. And all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. I'd like to appoint Austin Wilson to the position of on the Rec Commission to the remainder of Stanley's term. And I'll have to get with the Rec Commissioner to get the exact date. But I'll entertain a motion for Austin Wilson.
Motion.
Councilman Rhodes, second by Councilman O'Connell. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. I do not have the resolution with me, so I believe it was being written up, but I'm going to entertain a request. So right now I've been working with Senator Skoubas's office and Assemblywoman Brabenec. This is to extend the hotel tax that we have here in the city. It would be for 2 years. That's all the state legislature allows us to. That's the maximum. And we actually put in the home rule paperwork on the 8th, but just as a matter of housekeeping and business, we do need to entertain a motion by the city council for that request. So I'll entertain a motion to extend the hotel tax in the state legislature for a maximum of 2 years. Second by, so motion by Councilman Siegel, second by Councilwoman Dennison. Any discussion?
Do you have the bill numbers in the Senate and the Assembly?
I have all that inside. Stacy does have that. That was sent up to Albany.
Okay, because I'll prepare, I think they're gonna want a written resolution, so
Yeah.
if you just give me the bill numbers, I'll prepare the
Yep,
resolution.
I'll get that for you tonight. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. And with that, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Councilman Lawrence Hockenberry, second by Councilman Rhodes. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.